Hi, I'm Lazy Universe, and I'm White and Nerdy, and I'm here for a lazy comic review, or just a comic book review. And this time it is all with Zack Snyder's The Batman Who Laughs. And now I'll admit, the first time that I've heard people talking about The Batman Who Laughs, I was like, I am not for one interested in this book or anything. And then once when I was out of town, I decided to pick it up, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I will actually pick this thing up, and I will, see what it's about. Um, I don't necessarily would say that I regret in picking it up, but I kinda do. Yeah. So, anyways, this story begins in a way with Batman telling his tragic backstory before it opens up to Gotham City being, attacked by crime, and when we meet Batman. It took me a while to realize which Batman that we were dealing with. And then I find out later on this is Frank Miller's Batman. Yeah, it becomes very, very relevant later on that this is all about, Frank Miller's amazing and sensational Batman that he created. And that's not a bad thing because Frank Miller's Batman, according to a lot of people, is like one of the greatest runs that he has ever done. People, you gotta remember, Frank Miller is no longer that amazing writer. Frank Miller is no longer Daredevil Born Again. He is no longer Batman Year One. He is no longer The Dark Knight Returns. No, Frank Miller is now I'm gonna jerk off, have Batman swear at everything, have people in fucking lingerie and under boob and boob socks and boob carriages and everything big boob wise. This is the Frank Miller that we're dealing with here, people now. So, not to say that Scott Snyder is not an excellent writer, but he is summoning the Frank Miller. He's trying to basically give us a great idea of who this man is and what he had done throughout his history and everything. And it's like, yep, okay, you know, I can I can see that he's trying to give us a rendition of the Batman that that Frank Miller had worked upon. But Scott Snyder's not Frank Miller. Look, I understand because I even have done references to people that I look up to in the past before as well, but Snyder just doesn't understand what makes, Batman Batman in this regard. So, in regard to the actual Batman of the story, how is the Batman who laughs the actual like evil Batman? Very, very sinister. I love the Batman who laughs. It's like something that you want to see straight out of a horror movie. And dear God, he is such a frightening concept of like, this is Batman, but he's not Batman who's Joker obsessed. He is not Batman with Jokeritis. This Batman is a Batman who's gone crazy. Yeah, no, seriously. This is a Batman who've had his parents were murderers, and then he just goes fucking crazy. He kills people. And I really do think that that was like not intentional, or maybe it was on Frank Miller, on Scott Snyder's part. But the first time I heard about the Batman Who Left was from Professor Sorgy, and I was like, this guy sounds really like terrifying. So when I actually did pick up this book, it actually turns out this guy is really terrifying. I mean, imagine a Batman, but a Batman that you can definitely be afraid of. A guy who will show you no mercy and kill you. This was a Batman who killed Joker. You want to know the worst part about that? A lot of people might be going, but Joker dead. Who cares? Batman wanted battle. Joker wanted him to kill him. This is a Batman that's so terrifying. Joker demanded, "Kill me, Batsy." That is dark. So, yeah, no, seriously, Joker in this when he actually is confronted by him, Joker kills him. And you want to know what's also the worst part? There was a scene in here from Batman Year One, at the candle party, where he goes, "From this moment on, none of you are safe," and he closes the lid on a candle dinner. How about if Batman burns everybody to death? How about fucking Batman killing people to death? It would just burn the whole fucking victims and everything. So, yeah, man, this is crazy. And also, just imagine if instead of Batman training Robin and he becomes Nightwing, or he becomes Red Robin, or he becomes his very faithful son. Imagine Robin that will, oh, I don't know, eat you and tear you limb from limb. Yeah, this is a book that is very, very dark and should only be read by people over the age of, I would say, 13, because this is just a very, very dark story. This is not for kids of any age. This is for only older kids only. There is blood, there is gore, there is swearing. They censor it with a lot of, like, hashtags and ats and exclamation points and whatnot, but you can still, if you're smart, you can still figure out what they're swearing about, you know. But yeah, no, it's just a really dark, like, otherworld story of what if Batman went crazy and tried to kill people. Booster Gold figured out what would happen if Batman's parents were saved. He goes crazy. It's like Batman can't have a happy life, can he? Batman just can't be happy for the life of him, because either he will go crazy, he goes insane, or he becomes a god. And there is actually a story where Batman technically becomes God. So, and I know what you're thinking. Grant Morrison had done the evil Batman with Prometheus. You're absolutely right about that. Except, you know something? Grant Morrison is creative. Grant Morrison is imaginative. Grant Morrison can create any idea off of the top of his head, and people will read it. Look at what he did with Flex Mentallo. That was a character that seemed so goofy, but Morrison made it work. Scott Snyder did not make the Batman Who Laughs work. As a villain, yes. As a Batman story, not so much. This is just a Batman who just deems that his world is over, he goes crazy, but he's trying to kill himself and solving the mystery of who is the Batman Who Laughs. And it's him. See, the writers have always had the story of what if Batman, was trying to solve the greatest mystery, and it's himself. Yeah, I get it, because it's basically like, only Bruce Wayne, and Bruce Wayne is a smart guy in, Batman's universe, is that how would Bruce Wayne try to solve this own thing? And I get it. I do admit I get it, but the thing is, it's like, there are so many, like, evil Batman stories out there, and it's just really ridiculous. Like, we're making Batman the next headliner and everything. Don't get me wrong, I love Batman. I really do. But I think there's a point where Batman just stops being awesome, and it's like, okay, can we just focus on some other character? Even the highlight that people were talking about for the Flash movie with Ezra Miller is that Michael Keaton's Batman returning. It's like, but this is supposed to be the Flash's movie. How are we supposed to be happy for Ezra Miller that he gets his own movie if people are talking about Michael Keaton all the time? It's like DC selling point. Just stamp Batman on top of everything, and it sells. So, in my opinion, The Batman Who Laughs, it's kind of a great story. It's kind of unique. It kind of works in a way, but I don't think that it's the best story that I've ever read. Point given that The Batman Who Laughs is one of the most creative villains to ever come out of probably Scott Snyder's imagination, and the artwork by Jock is pretty good, all things around, and decent. I don't have any complaints about the artwork. He tried to combine a different style while using Frank Miller's style, which is not a bad thing. But overall, I do not like The Batman Who Laughs. I think it's just a really kind of overdrawn, and by that I don't mean for the artwork, I mean for just Batman in general. This is just an overarching story just to have Batman, face off against a lot of other Batmans. If you haven't read like anything after Dark Knight Metal, then you're confused, like you don't know what happens. When I said Batman becomes God, I'm not exactly wrong. So check out the Batman Who Laughs if you're interested. Granted, for older readers, this is for freaking kids not under 13. I mean, there is a bunch of swear words. There is just a bunch of things that do happen in here. And I can't show a lot of things because YouTube will probably kill me, but there is a lot of, not only haunted images, but there's a lot of, like, blood and gore that does actually happen in this series. So, yeah, just letting you guys know that. So that's just my opinion on a Batman Who Laughs. If you like it, please do not let my decision alter yours. I really just didn't like it. The story was pretty decent. The Batman Who Laughs, again, a great villain, but it's just kind of stupid that we just have an evil Batman versus another Batman, and then the whole lead up that I understood that it led up to was like, we're making Batman God by this point. But by some fucking point in life, I'm an old man or whatever. I'm gonna have either children or grandchildren that is gonna come up to me and go, "Daddy or Grandpa, look, Batman's God," and I'm gonna sit right there as that old man and go, "I knew that this would happen eventually," and I would just be hitting myself on the head with just this book. And they'll be like, "Why is he doing this?" And nobody will understand except you kind folks out there. And I don't care. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know what you thought about the Batman Who Laughs. I thought it was pretty decent, all things considering. But yeah, I don't really like it, all things considering. I think that it's just one of these just kind of more boring and uninteresting story for Batman. But if you like it, more power to you. So let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about the Batman Who Laughs. I got more content to talk about this coming, April, and I'm hoping that you guys will like everything that I have to see. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to check out more stuff like that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Lazy Universe. I've been White and Nerdy, and keep geeking on, fellows, friends, and I'll see you next time.